Yeah, well, after review yesterday, took the learnings out of it, the things that we did well and the things that we believe we need to improve. But played against a pretty good football side in a highly contested, high pressure game of footy, and that'll stand us in good stead. Yeah, we had a good session this morning. We go and have a look at our opposition in Fremantle tomorrow morning and have a main session sort of Wednesday, and make sure that we prepare and perform as well as we possibly can this week. I mean, the focus rarely shifts for us. I mean, we're just going to make sure that we take advantage of our next opportunity and build on our performances to date, and we understand that if we do that, that gives ourselves the best chance of improving and performing at the end of the year. Look, I think it's difficult to sort of apportion credit, because there's just so many people that are responsible for getting young talent up, and Derek Hine first and foremost, and his recruiting team and their ability to have a great eye for potential young talent. Then of course there's the existing culture of the footy club and the player leaders that are responsible for helping develop and shape the young players when they first come in. And then the development coaches and the coaching staff that clearly spend a great deal of time making sure that every player that walks into the club is schooled about the way that we want to go about it, and they have a really intimate understanding of what the club expects and what role they can play within it to be a successful part of the machine, so to speak. So that's really sort of what we're able to do in a nutshell. I think every club has got the idea of doing that, but I think we've got some very good people in very good positions, and the mix is working all right for us at the moment. Yeah, look, Beamsy's been fantastic. He's as a midfielder, a genuine midfielder, this year he's been able to consistently find the ball. His ability to play structure and play his role within the team is excellent. He's finishing on the scoreboard. He's actually defending pretty well going back the other way, which is something he's developed in his game and is still developing. Look, he's about, I think he's 70 games into a career, and he'll be better in 30 games time than he is now. But clearly the consistency of his output has been excellent for us. We've been really impressed with that. From a contractual perspective, his negotiations go on as the negotiations with all the out-of-contract players have. We've been able to sign sort of 6 or 7, and whilst there's talk about one contract affecting another, it's been pretty clear that even with Clokey's negotiations and discussions that we've been able to lock away some pretty important players in the meantime. So we'll work away quietly, and obviously there's Reedy and Sherrod Wellingham, Harry O'Brien, Tyson Goldsack's another. So there's still a few boys that we're working to fit in, and all of those guys understand the lay of the land, and there's not a lot of movement that can happen from our side of things. So we're just waiting for people to see that. Yeah, look, we outlined the situation to the players that were uncontracted at the beginning of the year. Jeff Walsh and Derek Hine sat down with the group and basically laid the TPP out and said, this is where we're at and this is what we need to do. And basically all of the players that are signed to date have done so on those arrangements, and we're looking forward to the others doing the same. Yeah, look, it's a professional sport, and it's a professional existence. There's basically everyone at the Collingwood Football Club, bar volunteers of course, which do the world for us, but it's a livelihood, it's an existence. You're feeding your family, you're setting yourselves up for the future. So you never begrudge any individual, any player, or any player manager for that matter, who are the ones that go the hardest, trying to do their best for their client and do the best for yourself. Sometimes that comes at a cost, and if if a player was to go, or a player manager was to go a little bit too hard with us, especially in the circumstances we're in this year, well then you'd either need to let that guy go, or you have to find room somewhere else. Clearly that's the balance that every club is trying to find. There's a bit of focus on us at the moment in that regard, and when you've got players that keep performing, it's a good problem to have. Yeah, Pendles is going well. He'd love to play this week, and there's no pain in his situation, in his knee. It's just a matter of allowing it time to heal well enough that we're confident that he's absolutely right to go, and there's no risk in re-injury. So when you've got a commodity like that, and obviously just talking about the professional existence, the club's responsibility is to look after its individuals as well as it possibly can, and to make sure that we're dealing with each individual on a case-by-case basis. And the circumstances now are, we love Pendles to be playing, but he's not right to go. He's too much of a risk, and he won't take the field until we believe that it's time for him and it's time for us. Yeah, look, Taz is set to train tomorrow, and we need him to full train to put his name up, I suppose. And Dids has progressed very well. We probably a little bit better than expectation at this stage, but I think he's pretty keen to get up this week, but it'll depend on how he moves around tomorrow. The good thing is that there's still time. There's still plenty of time. So I definitely see him in our best 22. If Chris Tarrant can get himself and his body fit and up and about, he'll clearly make us a better side than we are at the moment. So that's the aim and that's the endeavour, and that's what Taz is working towards, and so is the footy club.